Everybody went quiet when I said wow.
She's recording. It's recording.
Yeah, recording.
Excuse me as much as I can.
Hey, all right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, and these are my friends.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Cody.
All right. So it's been 3 weeks, I think, approximately, since the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie has come out, and I feel like the time for the grace period of spoilers has passed. So we're gonna be talking about it a little bit more in depth, talking about what we liked and didn't like, without the worry of having to spoil anything, and that's pretty much the agenda for today. So to start off, do we have a general feel of how we felt about the movies?
I think a general consensus is like
Banger.
Shit slaps, bro. Oh my god.
That was fire.
Shit goes hard.
I think
Better than the first
Rate
one.
if you
10
could
to
somehow
10.
rate this movie anything less than a 10 out of 10, then
Like you're tripping.
Then you're
Yeah.
bugging.
You must have missed the movie.
You're wild.
Exactly.
You must have not
Watch
seen
the
the
wrong
scenarios.
No, but then some people were like, "Yo, I hate the movie because like I didn't like the ending." Like,
Well, because we were sitting there in the theater for and I was like, because I had to be somewhere right after the movie, so I was like, fuck, I'm like, when is this movie gonna end and shit? And all of a sudden, boom, alright, it's done. And oh my god, and I'm looking at Mike, I'm like, no way, they ended it like this.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like it was when it was announced, we knew it was gonna be part 1. Apparently, everyone forgot that.
Yeah.
So when it actually happened, everyone
Yeah.
was like, "What? No way!"
oh,
Yeah.
But nah, bang,
Well, it's just the extremely impressive way they like draw you into the universe and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
characters, like to just cut your immersion like that in like
Yeah,
a
exactly,
minute,
yeah.
it like catches everyone off
Well,
guard.
the
And
middle felt like the end.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
to say that
when,
makes
Yeah.
when
the
they get
movie-
to Spider Society, it feels
Mhm.
like one big long haul to
Yo,
the point,
for real.
to
Yeah.
the ending point.
exactly.
to say that cliffhanger makes the movie bad is like is kind of I want to say your opinion is
It,
wrong.
it,
I don't want to say your opinion is wrong.
So,
But it's wrong.
But you don't really understand what makes a movie good, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Still.
Right. So that was one of the biggest, like, one of the only criticisms that I've seen like
Yeah.
widely agreed upon is that it doesn't feel like its own movie, which is kind of cap.
it's
Like-
so
Nah,
that
yeah.
movie is like 10 times more of a movie than a lot of movies you see nowadays in theaters. You know,
Right.
it's,
Like, even though they didn't close out the storylines, they still had a lot of emotional growth for so much of the characters and set up so many important, things going forward for the characters themselves rather than like, oh, it's just like a portal in the sky action movie,
Like there's so
Yeah.
much room now for like building the rest of the universe,
Yeah.
building the characters. Now we got new members in the team.
Yeah.
They have their own team.
yeah, not to like play on the words, but it's like opening a whole new like universe of options to expand the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man like brand. Like the games right now are already popping off, but like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the franchise is just gonna keep exploding from here because now people want to see. Oh my God, I want to play more Miles Morales. I want to see more Miles Morales. I want to see more Gwen Stacy Spider-Man. I want to see Hobie. I want to see all these other characters who they've just seen in the movie. I want games and content for all of these individual characters because they just love it so much.
Well, the other thing about like how many characters there were in the movie is that like it was an extremely diverse cast.
Yeah.
Like,
It was.
and what was interesting about it is that they didn't boast about it the same way that like Black
Exactly.
Panther does or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's-
Even though like Black Panthers, listen, they
Post about it.
broke ground,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
They
yeah.
And
broke records, yeah. Black and yeah.
but it was a very like politically active movie, which is okay.
Okay.
But it was like, with the ground that they were breaking, I feel like they kind of had to do that. They had to be big about it because it was a
Okay, yeah.
celebration, right?
Yeah.
Here, yeah, and it was Black History
That's
Month.
Yeah,
But here it was
right.
like, it's the multiverse, so of course there's going to be
Yeah.
diversity. It would be ignorant
Yeah.
not to have diversity, you know?
Facts.
Facts.
Although I still
Uh,
think Hobie Brown and Pravatar were the easily the best two introductions.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So that actually brings me to one of the other topics that I wanted to talk about, which was just representation and how we felt that I want to say the 4 main characters all represent a very unique group and how we felt that was embodied and manifested,
I think they did super expertly, like walking in a fine line between like stereotypes and not offending
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
group of people. Like, you
It
know,
all felt natural. Like it all felt natural.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the way
Exactly.
each character was from wherever they were, whether it was Mumbattan with
Yeah.
Bravatar or Hobie Brown from I guess the UK.
Yeah.
It all felt just natural. Like the acting was there. The characters were really entertaining.
I liked also that they weren't like exclusively from one place. Like Miles is Puerto Rican and, you know, black on the other side, and Hobie is black and English. Like there's,
Yep.
they're not just like
One race.
they're not one race,
Yeah.
right?
like, all right, he's Asian. He's black,
This is the
he's black,
Asian
he's
character.
white.
This,
Yeah.
How did you guys feel represented and or empowered by any of the given characters?
Well, I mean, it's not. It's not how did you feel about the one Indian character?
I thought you were gonna answer first, but I mean like
When they make a Peter Parkerino, then they'll have an Italian Spider-Man.
no.
It's a me.
Like,
None of the diverse characters felt forced at all.
No.
At all.
Yeah. Plus, they each got to represent their own outfits. You know,
I'll say
Yeah.
this.
besides them.
I'll say this. I wish we got to learn more about the like antagonistic Spider-Man, like Miguel.
Yeah.
Why is
Yeah.
he a vampire? I still
Yeah.
have no clue. Like even looking into the comic books, I have no clue why he's a vampire.
Maybe give him like the
Yeah.
backstory.
I think like
Yeah.
I think it's because he was just straight up injected with spider DNA to the point where his teeth become like
Yeah.
spiders.
Fangs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that would make sense. Jessica Drew, I have no idea what she's about.
Yeah.
Ben Reilly, I know he's a clone from the comics because like he's a really popular
the
character.
clones.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like we'll see more of them in the next one. I
Yeah,
hope so.
that's the
yeah.
thing is when you have such a diverse, large cast of characters, it's hard to go into all of their backstories, right? Even like the main cast, like we know a little bit about Hobie, but like it's super hard. Like there's only so much time
yeah,
in a
with
movie.
the, whole, with
Exactly.
the story
Yeah.
they're trying
Go
to
in-
tell, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go so deep into all of their backstories. You have to keep some mystery, right?
Yeah.
Like leaving some things open to the audience's imagination or for them to learn later on their own. Like that creates intrigue. Like, oh, okay, they didn't go over this character Miguel O'Hara in the movie, but I'm really interested in him, so I'm gonna go buy the comics and learn
Yeah.
myself. That's where they make a lot of revenue, in that they give you a taste of a character you're gonna like, and then you go spend your money
Yeah,
on the rest.
The first one definitely put me on Spider-Man Noir. Like I,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I already knew about him
Yeah,
from the
the
games,
first one was-
from like Shattered Dimensions there, which was technically the first Spider-Verse
Yeah.
attempt, and I think it was pretty fucking good.
Obviously, Miles is the protagonist of the trilogy, but I felt like the first one was very much Miles's movie. The second
Yeah.
one, it was
Yeah.
Gwen's movie,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
hoping if they continue this trend, the third one will be Miguel's movie.
Yeah.
I want a lot of screen time for him because he was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
His character.
And I want like the tragic backstory. I want like all that shit. I want to like be crying over this character
Yeah.
and almost want him to win. That's what I'm hoping
But
for.
honestly, I feel like for Miguel, it's not gonna be like, oh, he's like the big bad of the Spider-Man. I
Yeah.
feel like
He's gonna have a reason.
exactly.
Yeah.
He has a reason.
Well, he has his reason, but I feel like they're gonna
It's a-
find the fault of the reason or something
Yeah.
in the next movie,
You
and then
understand
he's
where
gonna
he
like
comes from
redeem
now.
himself.
It's a
or
conflict of
something.
interest with what Miles wants, which is to save his dad, even though,
Exactly,
it technically,
yeah.
even though it technically disrupts the canon. Which,
Yeah.
if we got into that discussion, it would be a whole other thing because
Yeah.
there's some debatable
Exactly,
debate
yeah.
to be had there. But I feel like in the end they'll just unite against the Spot because either way the Spot
Exactly,
is the Spot
yeah.
is a problem for the whole Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So that it's funny because there's this trend now on TikTok where it's like, you know, me seeing my buddy go after a Hello Kitty girl, but it's a canon event, right? No, like that's and I don't get it. I don't understand how we can all see the same movie and some people just like don't get it
Yeah.
because the entire point of Miles' story right now is breaking canon events. There
Yeah.
isn't supposed to be a written dialogue about how his life is supposed to play out. So for everyone to be like, oh yeah, don't worry, it's just a canon event. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know how you didn't understand that the canon events were supposed to be like the bad thing, right?
Well, people are gonna interpret it all differently, right?
Yeah.
Like Max said, that conflict of interest between, all right, Miguel wants to
Keep everything
keep everything
Yeah.
intact, but Miles wants to do his own thing. It's hard to hate either character because you know they're both right.
That's
Right.
it.
Because I feel like there were a lot of things, like, not a lot, but a few things, a few key, like, details left out in, like, Miguel's, like, explaining of, like, all the canon events and everything. Because as we've seen with like Peter B. Parker and stuff, like he has a child now.
Because
Technically,
of
that would be
Miles,
counted exactly.
Who inspired him to want to have a kid.
So like
Yeah.
the child would be counted as like an anomaly.
That's it.
Mhm.
Then, I mean, there's like a few other ones too. I don't know if you guys want to like name them all.
Miles is a whole ass anomaly in
Exactly,
and of
yeah.
himself, but that like the movie tells you that.
What was interesting was that when at the not the beginning, but like the first time he interacts with Spot and Spot tells him like, oh yeah, the
Yeah.
spider, and there's that visualizer of like his world. Miles has the braids.
Yeah, that's Miles
Yeah.
from the other universe.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, oh shit, it was right there, and I missed it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
From the start of the movie.
Oh,
Uh,
I don't know if you guys like saw it, like, but there were like a few like TikTok and stuff going around where like it was going too fast to see like in the theater, but if you watch the thing like frame by frame, in that vision that like Miles has from the Spot, or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah. With
They
the
say-
buildings, eh?
they
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
they
yeah.
say like there's a frame where like you can see a bunch of dead Spider-Men,
Mm-hmm.
and then so like I was rewatching the movie the other day, and I actually like wanted to see it for myself. Yo, rip to the
Really?
goat,
Rip
bro, rip to the goat.
Mhm.
They killed off Plush Spider-Man, bro.
No, not the Beanie Babies.
Plush
No.
Spider-Man.
Damn, bro.
That's why we gotta
Oh,
change
that's
it.
brutal.
Gotta change the timeline.
Okay. This is a bit of a conspiracy theory. All right.
Uh-huh.
There is a dialogue on the interwebs right now.
Yeah.
That Gwen Stacy is trans. So hold on.
Is
Okay.
what?
Is trans. She's a trans woman.
Okay.
So here's the law. Okay, hold on. So I'm not saying that I personally believe this. I think that there's more evidence supporting it than there usually is with stuff like this. Like there's always the idea that like Danny Phantom is trans because his story is an allegory for it. And it's like, yeah, it can be allegorical, but that doesn't mean that there's evidence in the media. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Here, we see that Gwen's world is all pastels, right? And the majority of her colors are white and pink and blue.
I was gonna say I thought it was derived from like her suit, which also has those three colors, like
Yeah.
primarily featured the pink in her
And the
hood
blue,
and
yeah.
the
I
blue
mean,
and the
it
white,
could be
obviously.
that. It could be that. But like, what I thought of it was more of like emotional
So-
spectrum kind of.
Yeah.
It is, and they've said that it's like a mood ring.
Yeah.
But the other bits of like supporting evidence is that she has the Protect Trans Kids flag in her room
Okay.
above the window, above the door
I remember
frame.
hearing about that somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
And when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. I imagined it was just like thrown in by the animators. But then we also see her dad has the pin on his arm with the flag on it. So like, is there a bit of evidence? Yes. Do I think it's necessarily accurate? Not really. You know.
Not really.
I think it's an Easter egg that maybe got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
regardless, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's a woman either way.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Thanks for putting that on.
Oh, yo, actually, that thing you were talking about like the inclusivity or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, I was actually watching and like they showed this for like a second, but they show like a little like they're showing like Miles's world. Or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
on the corner store. Eh?
Yeah, they're showing like corner stores and everything. So you got like, I don't know exactly what race or whatever, but you got like Hispanics. They're showing like a bunch of different cultures,
Or
right?
if
And
you
then
Sikh women like on the.
yeah, you see that
Yeah.
too. And then there, like for one of the corner places, you see like a little thing called the masjid. So basically, that's like mosques for Muslims,
Oh.
right? And then like on the thing, I was actually showing it to my mom too, and she was able to read. Like there was like I don't know if it was in like Arabic or like Urdu or whatever. I don't know what language it was in, but she was able to read that, and it said like basically welcome to come inside. Type
That's
thing.
sick.
And I was like, yo, it's a pretty cool detail.
That's yeah.
They did
Yeah.
research, yeah.
No,
We were talking about mosques.
What are you literally just saying about?
We were talking about-
the diversity.
Diversity.
Oh, just no. Well, it's just the fact that there's so many. That
Like,
anyone
yeah.
could be Spider-Man. Anyone
Oh,
can
right
be
there.
special.
Okay.
Culture, yeah.
So in the first movie, the whole theme is that like anybody could be behind the mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this movie really just like hammers that home by literally showing you literally everybody is behind the mask, right?
Yeah.
Like literally everybody from kids to adults to
The whole
Lego-
society.
Tyrannosaurus
Lego
Rex is
minifigures.
behind the
Yeah.
mask.
Whole
So Lego
society.
minifigures, yeah.
They have their own
There was a horse.
society.
There was a horse. Yeah,
There was a horse.
Their own
Web
city.
Slinger, that was his name. Web Slinger.
Their own city, their own environment. Everyone just
Yeah.
spiders.
Spider-Man really hammers home that idea that no other superhero really does, because when you imagine Batman, alright, you know like who is behind the mask. Even though
Yeah.
he wears one, you know who's
You
behind
know
the
who's
mask.
Well, because you still see his like
Yeah.
cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like a face associated behind that mask. But when
Yeah.
when people talk about Spider-Man, like nowadays, like people could literally think, oh, wait, which Spider-Man are you talking about? Because there's hundreds. It could be any type of Spider-Man.
Sure.
So Spider-Man both has a face and doesn't have a face.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts.
On that topic, you feel comfortable talking about what Miles as a black kid, being Spider, like what that means, why it's relevant, Because no, I'm not trying to put
No.
The exaggerated
We
swag.
talked about
the exaggerated swagger of a black
Swagger
kid.
is about to have a
We talked about
toll.
it.
No, like
Because obviously, I only heard of Miles Morales when I played the first Spider-Man, I think.
Oh yeah, the PS4.
And then I watched it on, there was this old show, Ultimate Spider-Man. They also showed him up there. But anyways, it's like, when they first put like that movie, and like, they had a black Spider-Man, I was like, yo, that's sick, because, not a lot of people would look at, like, us black people being heroes, Like, a lot of times there's like a lot of different aspects, It's like, there's Iron Man's white. When you mention like, okay, what's your favorite superhero? You're not gonna tend to be like, okay, Miles Morales, I'd say,
But now I never know.
But now I feel like but now
Now he's
watching
more popular.
this
Exactly.
like them bringing this movie, them bringing up Miles Morales, it's like, yeah, like a lot of people could be like, okay, yo, Miles Morales is my superhero, because not only did he design his own suit the way he likes himself, because like he has the design and everything, spray paint, everything, because that's him,
Yeah.
Because like obviously he could have just read the regular red and blue, but now he's like, this is me.
I'm gonna
do my thing.
Yeah,
So so that was fire, and then also like you said, like Black Panther was like, he project like, it was like he was like a black hero, it was good. But it was like, since it's Black History Month, obviously people are gonna be like, like every time it's gonna be joy, But like I feel like the Spider-Man, like Miles Morales, like he brought a lot of young teens to be like, okay,
That's it.
I'll make my own suit, wanna look how I look, and they're not gonna judge,
Exactly.
And it's like he's wearing him. He's like, he's not changed. He hasn't changed, even though he has the mask on,
Do you find that Spider-Gwen is particularly inspired you, like as a woman, empowered you?
I mean, to be honest, in a way, yeah, because you don't really see that many like female superheroes as often
that's true.
per se. So it's kind of nice to see her, and then like Spider-Bite, all the other Spider-Women. That was like one of those moments where I was like,
Spider-Man was
nice,
the VR one,
like look at them go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Bite was the
VR
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought that was a really cool aspect too.
That was a
That
cool
was
different character.
Ready Spider-Man.
I never heard of Spider-Bite before.
I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool, but
Yeah.
it's like a good feeling, and then like every time see her on screen, I'm just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
there she goes.
I think everybody has that feeling.
Well, I think I have a different
Yeah, I
feeling,
did.
but
Gwen's
It's so romantic.
Gwen's the
Oh
goat.
really? You got me blushing, bro.
Gwen's a goat, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go Baz.
No, but like that thing you were talking about, like how like Miles is like designing his own suit, like instead of sticking with like the original Spider-Man
Yeah.
look.
Mm-hmm.
I find like the movie creators, they did this like really nicely, where in the comics, Spider-Man India, he got like the classic red blue suit, but it's just his pants are like different.
Oh yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
They're,
Yeah.
cultural pants, you
Yeah.
could say. But like
and he has like the.
yeah, exactly. But
that's
like
his web series.
in the movie, they did like a
They
whole
just completely-
redesign where they like
With his hair sticking out.
exactly, and
That was
I
good,
honestly
yes.
like really like that new design for him.
With the bangles.
Exactly.
I also
yeah.
like.
The
I also
Bengals.
freaking love what they did with Hobie and how he's because he hates consistency. So every
Exactly,
fucking
yeah.
5 seconds he's changing color.
Exactly.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Well, every
Yeah.
single one of his limbs is animated at different frame rates.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is just nuts, bro. Like
That's crazy.
I've done animation and shit.
Exactly.
And
It can't be easy.
no,
Exactly.
It took them 3 years to animate his character.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
in fairness though, like I don't mean to take nothing away from it, but they keep being like, oh yeah, this character took 3 to 4 years, this character. The movie took 3 to 4 years. So yeah, they were working on it for 3 to 4 years. Like, what do you mean it took 4? You didn't spend 4 years working on Obi. You didn't spend 4 years working on Spider-Bite. Like, it took 4 years to make the movie. Yeah, like, what do you mean? When Amy Pascal, the Sony exec, was like, oh yeah, so you know the next Spider-Man movie, blah blah blah. She talked about how there was going to be a love triangle between Hobie, Miles, and Gwen, and how Hobie and Miles would be like fighting over her. That did not happen,
Yeah,
bro.
that did not
There was
happen.
none of that in this movie. Hobie was a ride or die from the
Exactly.
beginning,
Yeah, it's a
dog.
Miles
Exactly.
too, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm
he's
saying.
Like, he's like, yo,
Yeah.
do your thing.
It's
boss.
an interesting plot twist on the love triangle because
Exactly.
it's presented immediately once you meet Hobie's character. Like they foreshadow a bit when it's like, okay, like you know, Gwen's talking about this Hobie dude. Like, oh,
Yeah,
like, Miles like, oh, who's Hobie? Who's Hobie?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he wants to crash in his dimension
Oh,
real quick.
you-
What does that mean?
you-
It's like,
you-
over?
Yeah, it's like
Over,
ambiguous.
like,
Yeah.
You spend the night or
Yeah, so that was
I know when he does finally pull up, it's like, oh, you left
He's
your
like,
jumper.
oh,
yeah, you left your toothbrush
your toothbrush
yeah.
in the place. It's like,
oh, okay.
Miles,
so-
like,
okay.
what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
But despite that, you would think like, oh, love triangle, fuck this Hobie guy. I want Miles and Gwen to be in there. But as the movie
Yeah.
kind of goes on, like I don't know, but me personally, I don't give a fuck about Gwen.
That's okay. No.
I don't give a fuck about Gwen anymore.
So, was Gwen an op in this movie? No. Okay.
No, like
She was really hard. Like you can tell her character's stuck, just like the rest of the other
Yeah.
characters from the first movie, like Peter B.
Like, I
Parker.
felt she was stuck
He
in
wanted
one.
to help Miles, but knows like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, if I help Miles, I might like destroy the whole Spider-Man.
exactly. Yeah.
Right? Same thing with her. So she had
Yeah.
to make a kind of middle choice between not helping him,
Yeah, that's true.
but not like
She was-
turning him over or
Yeah.
anything, right?
Because she was catching feelings. She was catching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been having feelings. For
100%.
That's why it was
I
like
feel like
hard. It's like
She was just like stuck in the middle. She
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
That's what she's
choose,
like.
Yeah.
couldn't choose, ran out of time, didn't do anything, and then
And
Miles
it's
took
just
it
like
the
to
wrong way.
us, it's like, oh, the obvious choice, go help Miles.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you think about it, it's like, well,
Well,
For
not
some-
like love interest
Yeah,
or destroy the world.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, I mean, okay,
Oh,
hold on.
not the
So on
world.
the other hand here, to like, I don't want to cut her too much slack, because like, she'd been lying to Miles from the beginning.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and even
Yeah.
going to Miles' universe this is the first time he's seen her in like,
Yeah.
what, a year and a half?
yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, this guy Hobie, talking about how she was like over
Yeah.
crashing in his universe and shit, and then never clears it up. Never clears it up. It's all, and he's like tripping about it, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, like, what is that? What is that? He's like trying to keep
You
cool
were
and shit.
spending the
It's like,
night or like.
I haven't seen you in like a year and a
That's what
half.
she said in that scene.
Yeah.
Now you're coming to my world,
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about another guy,
But you do-
another
Exactly, yeah.
what?
It is a fictional
But then gets
movie.
super possessive too.
Yeah.
Like when he's talking to Spider-Bite, there's that.
Yeah.
It's like super minute, but she like kind of like whips his shoulder and then yanks him, and it's this funny thing. But like, what position was she in to do that kind of shit? You know?
True.
Right, but at the same time, you can't take this stuff too seriously because not only is it a fictional movie,
Yeah.
but these characters are like 15 years old, which a lot of people forget. These
Yeah.
are teenage characters going with the same teenage emotions as
Yeah.
like our younger siblings who run around doing crazy shit that we don't understand, right? And they got even more crazy shit going on. They're fucking spider people.
Yeah, true. But yo, you know, like a lot of people they're saying that Hobie and like Gwen, it's like Gwen didn't like get disowned or whatever. She just ran away for like 3 months, was it?
Yeah.
Right. So at that time, she's not just gonna be like staying in Spider Society the entire time, right? She need like some place to go to sleep or whatever, and
Yeah.
she didn't
True,
feel like
true.
going home.
And Daniel Kaluuya had to comment on it and say, you know, they're friends who care for each other very
Exactly.
much. That's literally what he said
So,
in interviews.
Yeah,
So they have a good friendship.
exactly,
Doesn't have to be anything more than that.
exactly. Could just be like little homies crashing.
That's
you
it.
know?
Homies.
That's it.
Homies.
Yeah, because you can't
That's
actually
like-
crash at the Spider-Verse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't just crash.
I
I mean, like, unless you're gonna sleep on that therapy couch or whatever.
Oh yeah, that scene was crazy. He just.
I
was so
like,
funny.
He just.
Another little thing is though is like the amount of tension her character actually gets in that Spider-Verse. Like it's
yeah.
it's quickly like shown real quick, but when she's walking through,
She's
like,
saying hi to
yeah,
everybody.
like a couple dozen Spider guys like, yo, what up, Gwen? Yo, what up, Gwen? Like people
Exactly,
know
yeah.
her, and she's like
Yeah.
a popular Spider
Exactly,
character.
yeah.
She claimed it, right?
Jessica Drew is
Yeah.
like she's like the mentor or whatever.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
she-
obviously
yeah.
she'll
It was
be
kinda
like
like
That's
more
what I
like
Gwen on it all.
She was the one who's like, yeah, like come
exactly.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, come
And then
with
all of a
us.
sudden she climbed the ranks and she's like one of their top girls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amen.
Top shot.
Hey, I mean like not gonna lie, bro.
And then look at Top Shot.
Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Bro, he's so cool.
No, but like plot Miles' plot armor goes crazy. Like, how I don't see them losing to Miles. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like
Nah,
500
yeah.
Spider-Man against
I'm not gonna lie,
one
yeah.
Miles, bro.
Well,
Bro, he
nothing-
managed to escape
like,
all of them,
But
bro.
they weren't fighting though.
No,
They were
no.
chasing-
Like that's the
They're
thing.
chasing
He
him,
never
but, like,
threw a punch at like any.
Exactly. Yeah.
They-
They,
He used his
they-
electricity at one point.
Yeah. They were trying to restrain him, and he was just trying to dip out of it. He didn't want to fight nobody.
Exactly.
So like,
yeah.
you know, he goes like, "Oh, I beat them all and shit," but like, he really beat them.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
sort of evaded them.
He
You know?
could though, still.
And
I
plus,
mean, bro,
like-
he can use electricity. He can go invisible. Like, yo,
And plus, like a lot of them,
he's kind
I
of
don't
OP,
think
bro.
they were going like.
He's
other
kind
than-
of OP
yeah.
right now. You get me?
Other than Miguel, none of the Spider-Men were like hostile towards Miles.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we just gotta catch him. Okay, let's go.
Especially-
This,
Yeah.
this is
They
gonna
also-
be just
none
like
of them had no
any
idea
other
what
mission,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Let's go do this.
Oh, another aspect.
Because one of them helped him. Too.
I didn't even think about. Maybe that's kind of why it was so hard for them to catch him. None of these spider people have ever chased another spider person. They're chasing other villains with other
word.
powers.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So they're
yeah.
chasing another person who has spider sense. On top of
Exactly.
that, spider reflexes.
Exactly.
Invisibility that can hide from infrared vision.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
crazy strong
Yeah.
invisibility, right?
And he has electricity.
And electricity,
Yeah.
electricity,
which
right?
he can
So-
take.
Exactly.
Can we talk about the soundtrack a bit?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yo, Metro
Okay,
Boomin, yo.
so-
Metro Boomin, number one
Yo,
producer,
Metro
bro.
Spider.
Yes.
Metro
Yo,
Boomin.
his cameo.
Metro
his
Boomin,
cameo
bro.
went crazy.
Yo, Metro Boomin, yo, he's the
You know
best,
he had a
best
cameo in the
producer,
movie,
bro.
yeah?
Best
His
fucking
cameo
producer,
with
bro.
Yeah.
his spider.
With the
Yeah.
white suit with the
Yeah.
dread.
No, because
My bad, guys.
No, he's,
There was somewhere in around.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's
saw
like
it.
our universe Spider-Man. He's our universe's only Spider-Man.
Exactly, yo.
No.
If
Yeah,
your Metro
that's
don't
true.
trust you, we go shoot you.
I saw a
Hey.
clip of him recording his voice line. Like,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
booth.
That's
And
funny.
Yeah.
it's just interesting how much fun he definitely was having.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
gave
that
you
too.
one line in the
Yeah,
scene
we-
in the whole movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you for doing the soundtrack.
But you
He
take
owned
care of
the
the
shit out of
soundtrack.
that.
But you
Yeah.
take care of the
One
soundtrack.
line.
But you take care of
And he's like, I'm gonna fucking destroy this line.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So was it? I'm really thinking hard about if it's better than the first soundtrack.
Oh, did you do the
Okay,
first
first
soundtrack?
sound-
look.
No, he didn't.
You
Okay.
didn't, yeah.
So what I've heard about that is like first soundtrack, like first movie soundtrack. For like the first movie, everybody's like, "Oh my God, Sunflower was amazing." Okay, yes, Sunflower was a very good song. And then there's like the whole scene with like the "What's Up Danger" as he's like
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
falling
Okay,
to the building. But those are the only two memorable songs.
No, I don't think so.
What are you
I don't think so.
talking about?
Other than that,
I don't think so.
Starter Riot, Familia,
Yeah.
Home,
I don't
Yeah.
don't remember any of
Invincible.
those.
Started right.
High with Juice WRLD, bro.
Remember when all the Spider-Man are on Genki's ceiling and Genki
Yo,
walks in like,
Metro
"Boom, and
Boomin
he's trying to
didn't
start a
do the first
riot," and then he looks up and
Yo.
sees them all. He's like,
Bro, that
I
song.
really don't remember that.
"Oh my
Bro,
god."
I watched it. I literally watched it
Memory
like a
issue.
week ago.
Memory issue.
But, no, but that's what I'm
I
saying.
remember
Is
the
that
Juice WRLD song though.
like,
yeah,
people
High.
remember different things about the movie, and overall, most people only remember, one or two great songs from that first movie, and that's kind of fine because it was
Exactly.
the first movie. They're,
Yeah,
just
that's it.
dab-
There's
they're
something to offer for
dabbling
everybody.
in like new types of
Exactly.
music and like pop, right? And then they were making the second movie. Like, all right, this one song popped off. People love this one song, so we're just gonna
They heard
make
Metro was
more
gonna
of
do
this. We're gonna make more of this type of stuff. We're gonna try and incorporate it
Yeah.
with the production of the movie, so that when you're
Exactly.
watching these scenes, it feels like they were made for each
Yeah.
other. These songs were, in fact, made for
Yeah.
this second
Exactly.
of this scene, and like it's so perfectly
The
done.
ones that were in the
So,
movie.
in my personal
Yeah.
opinion, overall, the second movie soundtrack is more perfect for the movie because it's made for the movie. Because that's what they decided to do. The first movie, they're like,
They
"All right,
picked and choose.
we're gonna pick and choose. We're just gonna do this one great song."
Yeah.
And that one like perfect connection they made with the song in that scene in the first movie
Yeah.
is just the whole second movie. You know what I mean? Like the whole second movie is a perfect dance between the soundtrack and the actual movie.
Yeah.
And
I
Two
think-
and a half hours.
I think the first soundtrack has better songs. Overall, and like I've had since like whatever 2018 to sit with this album, and the shit that I still listen to like on the daily. like Starter Riot.
Okay.
I think the second one,
Yeah.
like you said, is better thematically. It has more of a sense of like accompaniment to the movie.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think the songs are as good. Like Nonviolent Communication, I was like, eh. The Coi Leray song, it has great production. I just don't really like Coi Leray, and that's on me. But like,
but also it's every single song in the first movie's album. Like you love every single song in that album. Nobody.
yeah,
does.
I don't think there's a skip on that album. I don't think there's a hold up.
For real?
I don't think there's a skip on it.
In the
I'm
first
telling you.
Spider-Verse, yeah, no, I don't think there is.
Okay, I'm gonna read you off these songs. Alright.
But even then, no.
Personally, I'm gonna say I think the first one was better. Like as a movie overall.
Even then, the soundtrack was fire because, bro, I had listened to it before even watching the movie.
But at the same time,
And-
it's only been 3 weeks since the album.
Facts.
That's
You
also
gotta
true.
give an
That's
album
true, that's
time
true,
to
that's
really
true.
settle, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You're gonna
And-
like it happens. You
Bro,
listen
tell
to an
me
album.
if there's a
And-
skip on this album.
And obviously, people are gonna be like, the soundtrack is gonna be fire because Metro Boomin is doing it.
I know 2 of these songs.
Yeah, see, there you
Damn,
go.
bro, damn. This shit, I wanna fucking slam a door down with
I don't
an axe
remember
to
this.
this
What,
song.
what, like,
There's no like let it
And of course, Sway Lee was in it again.
Bro, Sway Lee flies on every single track,
That's
bro.
he does.
If you get Sway Lee on a track, I'm almost certain it's gonna just vibe. What are we hoping for to close off this next movie? Like, what has to happen?
What has to
Lots of
happen?
Miguel.
Lots of Miguel.
I want
Lots
to
of
see
Miguel.
one more villain, like an actual Spider-Man villain, incorporated somehow. I don't know who, but like, I'm just thinking it'd be cool if there was like, well, they've already shown that there's Kraven the Hunter in there. There's Venom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
how-
Gambino was in it. That was fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
and the Prowler,
Yeah.
Gumby.
Yeah,
Live
yeah.
Real
action
quick, I actually
Prowler.
wanted to mention that real quick. I don't know if anyone caught this, but he's not just in there for fun. Like, there's a canon reason why his character is in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Why Donald Glover, him specifically, is in the movie. So in Spider-Verse 199 is the
Yeah.
MCU
Yeah.
universe. In Spider-Man Homecoming,
Yep.
there's a scene where Tom Holland is like
Interrogating
catching
him.
Donald Glover, and he's like, you know, like by his
Yeah,
car,
yeah.
and he's like the bad guy.
Yeah, and he
like,
says,
Yeah,
"I
yeah.
got a
stuff.
knife." He's like, I don't want weapons around here. I got a nephew.
I got a nephew,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Nobody
That's
catches on, but he is the Prowler in that universe.
I caught that.
Yeah.
I caught that as soon as I saw
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's why
yo,
he's in the scene.
exactly, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
okay.
why. Oh, that's why. Like, oh yeah, that's why. Like, that scene there. Oh, the scene where he just.
Oh,
I
man.
forgot.
yeah, where he's
Like he's in the whip, you know. He's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah,
yeah, and then he
yeah.
just goes.
You casting
Yeah.
is Miles.
In the MCU,
I feel like the easy choice is Caleb
Jaden Smith.
Loggins. Jaden Smith.
Honestly,
So
like,
he's probably the
like,
Aaron, and
Not,
that's
not,
no,
the,
like-
not the worst
like-
option.
body type wise, like, yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking like who
Jaden would be
looks
alright.
like Miles, but
Yeah.
I don't know. There's definitely better.
Jaden
actors.
already
Yeah.
did music for the video
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And the movie.
And the movie, yeah.
I feel like the kid from Stranger Things is the easy choice, but like low key,
I feel like he's too young. Unless you're trying to go for like a very
mean,
young.
But bro, I was gonna say
He
Stranger
has to look
Yeah.
younger than Tom Holland.
He does, because Tom Holland is
Oh
like.
yeah, that's
Tom
true.
Holland's like,
'Cause,
almost
like,
middle
yeah.
age.
He's
Bro,
almost 30
I'm
now.
telling you, the direction they're
Yeah.
gonna go with for
Oh,
the
he's
MCU
30?
Spider-Man,
Almost 30.
Almost.
they basically made Spider-Man a
young.
blank slate in the last
Yeah.
MCU movie, and then
Yeah.
it's gonna have Tom Holland mentoring Miles eventually. I swear to God, that's gonna happen. Because Aaron Davis is there. There's no way they're not
Yeah.
setting that up.
Yeah.
And the live-action Miles movie, I swear, I think it's gonna be the MCU because there's gonna be a different Spider-Man for Sony's universe there.
Mhm.
The fact that Spot went to Venom's universe,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like somehow there's some sort of logic that makes it connect that there's a Spider-Man in there, but we don't know who
Okay.
yet. And I think it's Andrew Garfield in the Venom universe.
That's what a lot of people were saying.
What?
I feel
Yeah,
like
a lot of people were
I
saying
feel like
like
Venom,
Andrew Garfield would be the
Spider-Man in the Sony universe. Like it just makes
Yeah.
the most sense. It makes the most sense.
So you're saying Tom Hardy's
Tom Holland.
no, but Tom Hardy's Venom
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Hardy. Yes.
exists in Andrew Garfield's universe.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like that universe's Spider-Man is
Oh
Andrew
yeah, because he
Garfield.
disappears. I want.
But then there's Morbius, which like kind of ruined everything.
Okay, can I just
Morbius was
like
stupid.
can
Morbius
we
was
stop making Sony
Yeah.
spin-off movies?
No, but they're not gonna stop because they already have like so many set up. They have Madam Web. They have the
Yeah,
wrestler.
Madam Web?
They have the wrestler guy.
La Muerta
La Muerto. Yeah, La Muerta.
with Bad Bunny.
With Bad Bunny. Like what the fuck?
Oh man.
Like I'm all for niche villains getting their little spotlight, but what
I'm
the hell?
not.
What the hell? Like
Yeah.
where's Spider-Man? That's what everyone's waiting for. Where the fuck is Spider-Man?
I feel like we got some good.
Yeah,
Some great
We got some good discourse
great
going.
discussion, boys. and girls.
Let us know what you thought of the movie. If you disagree with any of our takes, you're invalid.
You're wrong.
So yeah, you're just wrong. The movie's great. It's peak. I don't care.
For real.
No bias.
Top of the food chain.
Top of the food chain. Yeah. I'll see you
On the flip side.
on the flippity flop.
And like they say,
See you next year for the next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Either way.
and like they say, great power comes.
Great responsibility.
And if your metro don't trust you, we gon' shoot you. Hey.
Beautiful morning.
Metro booming, what's some more?
No, you might get this.
Oh, you almost got me there. Yeah, it's not going in the video.
Yeah,
All right.
I can't see the
Subscribe to Honey Boy.
Listen to the
XO.
soundtrack though. King Dollar Studios, you feel me?
Thank you. Come again. Honey Boy XO. Subscribe, please.
Thank you.